3, action.
Hello, dear viewer. Welcome to the maybe presentation. I'm holding in my hands a stapel of maybes, as I suppose you have one right next to the video you're watching. What I want you to do is to take one into your hands and take a look at it. What you see is an ordinary piece of paper, as it might seem, but it's more than that. It is... Does it work? It is a creative currency. Created, its value is given by art and by people, and it's brought to life it's supposed to be brought to life by refugees. So when I say creative currency, what do I mean? There are different elements on one side and the other side is blank. On this side you see logo, you see the name maybe, you see some words, and you see that this note is issued by the Royal Bank of KASK, Ghent in 2016. And like the very beautiful kind of, I don't know, dots of two colors. This all is created by commons. It means that there is no single person who stands behind the project. The idea developed itself by the contribution of very different people. How is that? I said that the value is given by art. So what do I mean? We live in a capitalistic society, but maybe this capitalistic society will turn to be something else. And at this point, currency is something issued by an official institution, and the value of it is described and defined by that institution and by the governments and the international relationship between the people who actually do not lack money. But the question is whether we, the ordinary people, the people who live this life and use the money, can give value to the things. So this pieces of paper are created with one side blank. And what's going to happen is that these banknotes are going to be sent to the artists. And each artist can get from 1 to a maximum 3 of maybes, and they will put something else, put something of their own production on the blank part. It might be drawing, might be poetry, might be, I don't know, something else. And by that simple act of putting art on the blank side of maybe, the artist gives the value to this piece of paper, and it becomes currency, I guess, at that exact point. And you've heard I also mentioned refugees. So what's going to happen further is that these maybes will going to be given to refugees in Ghent, and simultaneously the creative group of marketers working on the project will spread the word about maybes in the shops, in the cafes and restaurants and some other places here in Ghent. And the idea is that refugee gets this maybe and can go to a cafe or to some other place and ask for this maybe to be accepted as a currency. What happens next is a big question. It may be so that the person who's working in a cafe says, maybe, I don't know what maybe, could you please give me some euros instead? But what can also happen is that the waiter or the boss of the cafe knows it and is wishing to allow the currency be created by us. And then he accepts the maybe, and he can also decide what to do with it further. He can put it on the wall, he can go back with it to the market and try to give the life to this maybe further.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well, how this person knew about the idea of the maybe? I mean, the barman or the owner of the business, how did they knew about the maybe?
That's a good question, thank you. I hope that this barman will get the information about the maybe before the refugee comes there, and there will be some, maybe you are the viewer, maybe you learned about the maybe and you get one and maybe you get two, and you save one for yourself and the other one you bring to a cafe and you tell about this wonderful idea. Or maybe there will be someone else who, maybe you are the bartender yourself. If you see this, you know what it is.
Uh-huh. And well, is it possible that that there is, for example, a website for it, or a brochure or profile or something like this?
At this point of the project development, it exists offline, and as far as I understand it, it's a crucial moment because this currency is not just currency, and it's not simply created by an amount of people, but it's also a representation of us going back into human relationship. And when we have the internet stage between us, it eliminates the human contact. So what maybes are striving for is to get the human contact back.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going to happen to maybes further? I hope you are still holding it. It might get more beautiful design. It's probably the words you see might be changed, or maybe the logo can be changed, or the color. It's all Creative Commons, it can be changed, everything.
But who gonna change it then?
You!
Yeah.
So I presume next to the video you're watching there are not only maybes but also a box and with a hole in it. So what you can do is you can be the part of the project yourself. So you hold this thing, you turn it and take the blank side, and you write on it anything you want, preferably relative to the project itself. It can be your idea what and how can be changed, or just what or just how. It can be your address if you're an artist, or if you like drawing and you want to try to create your own banknote. Yeah. What else you can do is, again, you can take some money, maybes, and go to the city. We begin in the city of Ghent, and you can tell about it to anyone in the city of Ghent.
But is it possible to just if I don't have an opinion, just to do like or dislike, or just for example try to draw my idea on it or write something?
You can draw something, you can put your idea on it, but I think it's not obligatory to be active participant, although it's very welcome.
I think because it's a creative currency, so it's have to be somehow back to the people, because who's if there is no government or no one official part that's producing it, so that means that we are the people who are producing this money, so we can share also our opinion in different way, in written way or...
For sure.
Okay, that's nice. And?
Maybe. Get your own maybe.
Get your own maybe. And buy something with it.